What's this? A stream starting on time. Welcome along, everybody. I hope everyone's doing very, very well today. Welcome into Terrados, to Henbane, to Malik, and to Tobias. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And we are going to be doing Ursaring Redone. I think it's about time we give the Big Bear another chance. He's very, very rapidly falling out of the top 10. So it is his time to get a better time on the leaderboard. Now, as always, before we get into the challenge run, I just want to ask, are the audio levels okay? A couple of streams ago, we did have a few issues, so I'm always checking well before we get into it. Welcome in, Umbreon, I hope you're doing well, and welcome in, Martin, as well. And William, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It was great to hang out with you the other day while we were doing some runs together over on the Discord. Thank you, Tobias, for letting me know that the audio seems good. That means, in just a minute or two, we can get into the run. I'm testing a few new things with the overlay today, so it could all go wrong, but then that's part of the fun of doing it live, isn't it? So we'll take a little look at our bear. I've called him Teddy this time, going a little bit more imaginative with the usernames. Not much, but a little bit more imaginative with the nicknames. We have 21 HP. We're holding a berry and our moves are Scratch and Leer. We've got 14 in attack, 11 in defense, 11 in the specials, and 10 in the speed. Now, if I press this button, hopefully, instead of the base stats, we should be able to see the real-time stats of our Teddy Ursa. And I think we do, and apologies, I'm just going to have to mute myself there. I could hear myself coming back through, and that is one of the scariest phenomena you will ever have when streaming. But that is all sorted. I'm going to take a quick sip of drink before getting on with it, because I don't want my throat to be all dry for this run. And then I think we've just got to get on with it. It's been a while since I've run a Teddy Ursa, but I'm hoping I can get a good time. So if we're ready, if we're steady, then let's go. Potion acquired, and we can carry on. It's 4 AM on a Sunday here in this game at the moment, and as always I'll show you the very first encounter. It's a Hoot Hoot level 3, it goes down straight away. We have a phenomenal attack stat for very early on in the game. I don't actually know who the highest physical attacking Pokemon is at the moment. That is a very good question. Ursaring's definitely up there, but I wouldn't want to guarantee that it is the highest by any stretch of the imagination. I'm sure somebody far cleverer and more knowledgeable than me will be able to answer that. Fearow is currently in number 1 at the moment. Will we beat Fearow's time? I wonder. Now, I was supposed to be streaming yesterday, but as you can maybe tell from how croaky I am at the moment, my voice completely gave out on me. So I've voiced over next Tuesday's video this morning. We've got a great run coming out on Saturday, and we have an even better run coming out next Saturday as well. And then I took the opportunity to record the video for 2 weeks on Saturday, would you believe? We're running very ahead of schedule with our crystal runs. And I tell you what, some of these videos coming up, they are not to be missed. Yeah, we've got the level on screen at all times now. That was a comment suggestion. We also have the real-time stats of our Ursaring. You will be waiting for me at the Elite Four Umbreon. Deoxys attack form has huge attack, doesn't it? Ooh, Rampardos. I wouldn't even have thought of that. But yeah, Rampardos is... it's a bit of a beast, isn't it? Let's be honest. Gonna try and get up to level 7. I don't think we need to do the level 8 strats here. Drop down a save state. That's why it says redone, Malik. This is the redo to see if I've got better at the game since last running Teddy Ursa. Because a lot has changed in the several months since I ran Teddy Ursa. I am running on completely different hardware. I've got things done automatically now that slowed me down before. And of course my gameplay is an awful lot better than it was. My gameplay back when I did the Ursaring run, it's like how my gameplay is in Fire Red and Leaf Green now. It's very much still in the beginner stage. So it'll be very interesting to see just how much time That's no problem at all, Malik. It's nice for everybody to have an explanation of why I'm doing these redos anyway. A lot of it is just curiosity. Ooh, Baxcalibur, that's one of the new Pokemon in Gen 9, isn't it? I think they're very hard to find as well. 145 base attack is ridiculous. I would love to run Pokemon like Rampardos. I loved the Quagsire run. Even though we were 4 times weak to grass, the Quagsire run is still one of my all-time favourites. I want to be running a Quagsire in Gen 3 very soon as well. I've got such a thing for the Ice and Ground type. Welcome in Eternal NOS. It's currently afternoon for me, but good morning, evening, or night to you. And honestly, playing with the Teddy Ursa, it's a little bit like easy mode. And Kumbe, thank you for joining the Patreon, by the way. I'm not sure if I thanked you in the last stream, but thank you so much for that. It's much appreciated. Ooh, a lasagna. I had my lunch just before going live on stream today, so I'm having a little bit of a food baby. But I can't complain because I'm nice and full now. That's exactly what I need to have the energy to do these streams. I'm umming and ahhing about whether to do Sprout Tower early or late. I can tell you that Vaporeon guaranteed is the fastest of all the evolutions. In second place will probably be Espeon. Third place I'm going to give to Flareon in Gen 2. Fourth place will be Jolteon, and fifth place will be Umbreon because it's got low attack. So first Vaporeon, second Espeon, third Flareon, fourth Jolteon, fifth Umbreon is what I would predict. And I can tell you I know that for a fact because I did the evolution runs but lost the footage. That's part of the reason why I took such a big break. I was gutted. I was making this huge video while I was not well at all. And I lost the footage. I was gutted. Because so much effort went into that. But on the upside, I do have some very, very fun runs coming up. Muck is coming out on Saturday. Favourite legendary, probably Ho-Oh. Thank you, Silver Chance. That's very kind of you to say. I lost the recordings for the evolution. It wasn't even from a data loss. The recordings corrupted in the conversion process. Sometimes happens. Just so happens to be on the big video that I'd recorded. Oh, bum hats. Get distracted by chat. Got to do the egg stuff. It's fine. We've lost like 5 seconds there, if that. Hitmons. It's probably going to be Hitmonlee. But all the Hitmons have really, really bad learn sets. Genuinely, those bad learn sets are the reason why I don't want to run the Hitmons. I will eventually run the Hitmons, especially now that the wonderful Kangaskhan has created overlays for every single Gen 2 Pokemon for me. He wrote a little program for me to be able to do all of them. And now I've got no excuse not to run them all. So we'll be doing some of the less good Pokemon, should we say, in the not too distant future. And I can give you all spoilers as to the next 3 Crystal runs coming out if people want them. So I've got all 3 of them recorded. Thank you, Stream Elements. You're a little bit late. But thanks for popping in and letting me know that the boss is running. 10 minutes late, that's fashionably late. Must be working on my regular schedule. Yeah, Umbreon is very, very tanky, but it doesn't have the attacking chops. And you really need a strong attacking Pokemon to get a good challenge run time, which is why Teddy Ursa's doing so well. It might be a bit of a glass cannon. You can see we only have 20 in defense, but it will still cruise its way through the game. Wasn't sure what word I wanted to use there. I had about 6 in mind. And do we like having the level on the overlay? That is the other question I want to ask, because I've already recorded a few runs with the level on the overlay. But anyway, spoilers coming up. We have on Saturday, so that would be Saturday the 11th, we have a muck run. On Saturday the 18th, we have Kangaskhan coming out. And on Saturday the 25th, we have something which I don't think anybody will want to miss. It's finally happening. The Smeargle run is happening on the 25th. And I can tell you something for nothing. That Smeargle run was an experience. I loved doing the Smeargle run. So much so that I actually have done a couple of runs afterwards in my spare time. Just because it's so fun to route really strange ways through the game. It is a nice thing, I think, having the level on screen to sort of have an idea of where we are. We don't want to talk to Hiker Anthony. The Smeargle run was incredibly sketchy. And as always, we're going to pause the timer and when we find the HM friends. Don't want any RNG going in this run. Pause the timer and it is a Venonat. So we'll unpause when we find our first HM friend. That's another Venonat. Unfortunately, this part of the run can be a little bit tedious. Welcome in, Bassa. I hope you're doing well. It's just Venonat City, isn't it? There's the Psyduck. So we'll unpause the timer to try and catch the Psyduck. We'll give it a lick. We've paralysed it. We'll do one more lick just to be on the safe side. And then we'll start yeeting some balls at it. Didn't catch it first try. Let's try on the second try. There we go. And pause the timer because we don't need a second Psyduck. I'm doing very well, thank you, Bassa. My voice is going again, but that's due to much overuse. I've voiced over an awful lot of videos in the last few days. Smeargle in Emerald is probably going to be even more difficult than Smeargle in Crystal. I don't want to spoil it, but I think I came up with a decent strategy. And something I don't think any other Smeargle run on YouTube has done for Crystal. One of my first ideas was just to completely change the base stats of it, make it good. Here's a Paris. I could catch you, Umbreon, if I wanted to. Another Paralyze. That's very, very nice. Let's throw a second Great Ball. And we caught it first time. We can carry on with the game. No, we can't. We're going to get another Psyduck. We've already got one of you. Go away. So we'll have a little chat here with Kurt. I have a lot of honey and lemon things that I tend to do for my voice. It's just because I've done so many voiceovers. Because I don't have a lot of time free later on in this month, so I need to work on a backlog. Bit surprised we didn't one-shot that rat, but we'll carry on. Got a Zubat and... who else do we have? It's an Ekans on this one, isn't it? Could get poisoned by the Ekans. I don't know why, but YouTube didn't notify people about my Donphan upload. It's very, very much worth making sure that you still have notifications enabled. Because obviously I took quite a big break, and I think YouTube turned off notifications for a lot of people. However, I am making content full-time again now. We're back up to the original release schedule of 2 a week. We're not going to be doing 3 a week, at least not for a very long time, until I get an editing team behind me. I really wish I knew why YouTube disabled notifications on people. It's happened to me all the time. We've learned Fury Swipes. That move is going to be going straight away, I've got to be honest with you. We get the heal, and now let's do Bugsy's Gym. Scary Face didn't work. Oh, that's very interesting that Donphan got into your recommended. Oh, they're a single trainer, aren't they? I get distracted by chat all the time. Generally, you can add about 5 minutes onto a run because I'm too busy having fun with all of you people. But we will carry onwards and upwards. We get outsped by the Weedle here. The one big downside of the Teddiursa line is look at our speed. It's only 23 at the moment. Should have quite a smooth run at Bugsy, as long as Fury Cutter doesn't crit. Fury Attack missed, that saves us a lot of time. And the last trainer we're taking on in this gym is Bugcatcher Josh with his Paralysing Paris. Didn't paralyze us this time though. And we can now go and heal before taking on Bugsy. I'm just going to do a little bit of shopping while we're here. So we'll get 8 repels and then we'll get 5 super potions. Because we're going to need to get some punchy moves very, very soon. I didn't heal, did I? Oh, it's been a long day of Crystal content, I can tell you that much. Actually, that's a lie. I did the voiceover for Tuesday's video this morning. But yesterday I played Crystal all day. Had fun doing it. There's very much too much of a good thing sometimes. This won't be an upload. This will just be a stream. However, later on, what we will do is we will have a big compilation video where... Oh, we're going to get knocked out. Oh, dear. That wasn't part of the plan. We got a very unlucky poison there. And also, I'm not holding the berry. Just the Battles has been arrested for the foreseeable future, by the way. Just the Battles was my worst performing series by far. And I just didn't vibe with it in the end. And I think that came through in the last Just the Battles video. It just was not... I wasn't having fun. I prefer doing the harder Pokemon. I think there's a lot more fun to be had running, say, a Smeargle than there is a Ho-Oh or a Lugia. Because with that, you just beast your way through the game. Paralyze the Ghastly. Didn't send us to sleep. Good start. We're going to be buffing our physical attack soon with Headbutt. This is the last battle we're doing with Scratch. Oh, that was very, very close, but we're through Rival 2. I was expecting to take a second reset. There was a lot of magic in that first Teddiursa run. Welcome in, Skullcracker. I hope you're doing well. Take our 4 steps in the forest before putting on the repel. And actually, I need to put these repels at the very top. And Headbutt is going to be our next move in just a matter of moments. Is everything okay, Tarados? You erred at me. I hope everything's alright. Going to take an extra step there and there and there to get easy menuing here. So we need to teach Cut to Paris. And we also need to put on a Repel. And Tuesday's video is going to be an interesting one, by the way. It's definitely my hardest Fire Red challenge so far. Why am I picking Ursaring? Because I want to do some of the Pokemon I've run before. And Ursaring was the first Pokemon I ever recorded. It was the second to go live. And I think I can get a much better time than I did before. Because my routing has changed, my whole style of gameplay has changed. I'm generally a lot better at the game than I was. I hope work goes well for you, Kanbei. Oh, my voice really isn't feeling it today, is it? I don't have any more content to record now until early next week. So I think I'm going to be mute over the weekend now. It was a choice between Ursaring and Jinx today, and I felt like doing Ursaring a little bit more than I felt like doing Jinx. We are starting off as a Teddiursa for this run. This is a redo of run number 2 on the channel. If someone throws enough money at me, I will redo a Magcargo run. But I would need a hell of a lot of money to pay for the therapy that would have to come for doing another Macargo run. And now that we have Headbutt, the game should be an awful lot easier. We're going to replace Fury Swipes with Mud Slap for the Magnemite trainer that's coming up. Thank you very much for saying you love the screen. We've done a few changes on it recently. I really think it's looking the best it ever has. Delighted, that means we could get early return. I'm not supposed to battle that trainer just yet, because I need to teach Mud Slap for that. Yeah, don't forget about the money for the therapist's therapy. Oh, that Macargo run, I still dream about it now, as sad as it is to say. Macargo was something else. Welcome in Left Field 2004. I hope you're having a great day. And once again, apologies if I'm a little bit croaky. I have the energy, I just don't have the voice to match it up. But I hope that's not a problem for anyone. We will persevere through the next couple of hours together. We have no abilities in Generation 2. In Generation 2, we have DVs ranging from 0 to 15, and we don't have any abilities whatsoever. And honestly, I've forgotten what Ursaring's actual ability is in Gen 3 onwards. Welcome in Eternal NOS, I hope you're having a great day. But yeah, Macargo, it was an experience, but definitely a one-time only experience. Let's grab Kenya, my favourite of the HM friends. We'll take the male off Kenya, and then we will put Kenya in third slot, Abra in second slot, and we can make our way north. After we've done these battles here, we are going to have to go into the department store to buy some TMs. So we'll take a couple of battles on Spinner Hell. A Magmar in Gen 1 would be interesting, but I play the Gen 1 remakes as opposed to Gen 1. I think there are plenty of great creators doing Gen 1 content. And honestly, I can't stand the Gen 1 engine. I think it's horrific. So I leave that to other people. Yes, there definitely will be other Pokemon that will be worse than Macargo. There are some who won't even get to finish the game. For instance, something like a Wobbuffet I think might be mathematically impossible. Because Wobbuffet has... the only way you can attack with a Wobbuffet is with retaliation moves. And I think the sum total of all of Red's Pokemon's HP combined with the fact that we don't know whether he's going to use a physical or a special attacking move, it just won't work. You get the elemental punches right here. So we're going to buy a fire punch, and we're also going to buy an ice punch. I really hope I bought the right punches there. Fire and ice punch, that should do us fine. And we've already got return. This is happy days. I'll have to look further into the Wobbuffet run. And another Pokemon that I'm not sure will get a finishing time is Unknown. Just because we'll have one move. We'll headbutt that poor, what's his face? I've forgotten his name, Snubble, into next week. And now it's time to take on Whitney. Be very interested to see J Rose's Wobbuffet run. Clefairy didn't go boom there. We get stomped, which is really bad. She's locked into rollout. And there we go. We needed her to lock into rollout to get that badge on first try. And a time of 21 minutes and 8 seconds. We are 5 minutes ahead of Ursaring 1. However, do bear in mind that Ursaring 1 did Sprat Tower before Falconer, so that is really more like a 3-minute time save at the moment. But 3 minutes, it's about... oh, what would that be? About a 15% time save. I'm not going to complain at that. Let's now move on towards Ecruteak City. Forgot the city name then. I've been too busy thinking about Kanto runs. Gonna take the route through the national park. We battled the trainer. And now it's time to take a look at a very funny looking tree. I don't know. I think Redone might be a little bit of a dark horse. We need to get to the ether that's here. I have an awful lot of perseverance and an awful lot of stubbornness. So I'm determined not to fail Pokemon like Redone. Heracross is coming up soon and I'm excited to see that. And Redone has become a little bit of a meme in the Discord that we have together. Because people are really convinced that Redone is one of the worst Pokemon. If I had to give it a guess, a sensible guess for a Pokemon that will be worse than Magcargo will be Jumpluff. Because Jumpluff is worse Sunkern. And Sunkern's bad enough as it is. Grow to level 23. We're getting early hidden power this time, by the way. Just so that we can get through Morty's gym very, very quick, sharp, and in a hurry. Heracross hopefully will one-shot Karen's pesky Umbreon. This spinner here is the bane of my existence. I have to get off the bike and then do that to get around him consistently. Need to hug the right-hand path here, and we're through the hard part of getting hidden power early. Imagine if Jumpluff had anything. I think it might be one of the worst Gen 2 Pokemon in terms of competitive prowess. Which is a shame because it's quite a cute line. I love Heracross. It's my favourite of the big three bugs. What is the bag trick? I haven't heard of that. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, I'm just saying I don't know what it is. Let us teach hidden power. We're going to get rid of that awful Mudslap. People know my feelings towards Mudslap. And we're going to head west and pick up a little bit more experience. I want to also get the Mint Berry, because I have a feeling that Morty might try and send us to sleep. If I did a Raichu run, it'd start from Pichu. We would start from the lowest of the evolutionary line in our series. Competitively, I can see why Jumpluff is a good Pokemon, but it doesn't have the type coverage. Oh, for goodness sake. We're trapped in with a Meowth, and we don't have a Poison Cure, a Paralyzed Cure. So we'll do that, and yeah, we'll take this. Take this Slowpoke trainer, he's easy experience. He's only got 4 moves. Thunderstone in Crystal. You have to take a phone call from one of the special trainers. One of the special phone calling trainers. I can't quite remember which one's the Thunderstone. It might be Schoolboy Allen down on Route 38. Oh, bum. I'm all sorts of out of kilter here, aren't I? You make a phone call, or take a phone call, I should say, and then one of the trainers will gift you a Thunderstone. The other option is to show a Pokemon to Bill's grandfather. There is a way to manipulate the call. What? I've got the wrong hidden power here. I do beg your pardon. We seem to have... Oh, for goodness sake, I know what's happened. I hope it doesn't disappoint anyone, but we're going to have to restart the run. I have the wrong save file. This is the wrong Ursaring. This is my Hidden Power Fighting Ursaring. I'm supposed to have a Hidden Power Ground Ursaring. So please do bear with me a moment. Errors sometimes happen on stream. I thought I'd checked everything, but obviously Silly me. I didn't check the right Ursaring. I was thinking this was a little bit trickier than I was expecting. Our DVs were really all over the place. I'll tell you the DVs actually. Bad. There we go. We're going to go for Hidden Power Ground because we're a physical attacker. Welcome in, Denim. Happy Thursday to you too. We are going to be Fire Punching against the Steelix. That's why I bought the Fire Punch in Goldenrod. But I'm going to take just a couple of moments to get this all back up and running. I shall hopefully be back by about 33, 34 minutes past. Once again, apologies about this. I will be back very, very shortly. I just need to recreate the save file. And we are back. Once again, apologies about that. We now have a fully working save file. I just need to reset that. And I also need to reset my overlay. Unfortunately, I can't do this outside of the stream. This is something I get done at the very beginning of the stream. So we aren't level 11. That is pure lies. So if I do a refresh there, we get the base stat totals. If I do a refresh there, we get back to level 5. So, deja vu. Let's do it again. Ursaluna is an evolution. And now my clock's wrong. Fortunately, that is a really easy fix. I have a little plushie Teddy Ursa. Well, you know what they say, third time is the charm. Hopefully I'll get some game footage. Let me just double check that GameHook hasn't messed itself over in the interim. It hasn't. So, for the third time, let's go. Ursaring is one of my all-time favourite Pokemon. It's up there with Rattata for me. Teddy Ursa is available in the Dark Cave in the mornings only. A 5% encounter rate in Crystal, and it has a 50% chance to flee. This is kind of a blessing in disguise. Because it means we'll do Sprout Tower early and get some extra experience that way. But yeah, I fell in love with Teddy Ursa after running one in the Gen 2 Virtual Console. I had one on my team and it swept through. Welcome in, Raina. Very long time no see. I hope you've been very well indeed. But everyone knows my favourite type is normal. I am a big advocate of the normal types. I think they're a very slept-on type. And as we've seen in Johto, they annihilate. Skyscraper Dragon Duraludon. I am not a fan of Duraludon because I tried to get a shiny one with the Masuda method. I got up to 1500 eggs and I just gave up. There's only so much egg hatching you can do. Dunsparce is going to be a very difficult run. Dunsparce is a 1% encounter in Dark Cave. We'll be seeing that in a future run very, very soon. Yes, Masuda method is using Pokemon from different regions. Ooh, Dark type. There are some very good Dark types nowadays. Back in Gen 2, it was a little bit of a damp squib, I've got to be honest. The run was reset because we ended up having the wrong Ursaring. We had the wrong DVs and the wrong hidden power type. Mabosstiff is very, very cool. I really like the Mass Shift Mabosstiff line. Yeah, our DVs were all over the place. It was just a standard Ursaring, not the DV manipulated one. Honchkrow and Weavile were much needed updates, and I know it's not a Dark type, but Yanmega was very much needed as well. Sneasel doesn't seem like an Ice type. They did lock all the best Dark types into Kanto, didn't they? Justice for Houndoom, I say. That should have been an early game encounter, replacing Growlithe at night. No, the rival's name isn't... It's triple question mark, of course. Oh, we're getting back into the run. I love a lot of the Dark types in Gen 3. Cacturn and Sharpedo are two of my all-time favourite Gen 3 Pokemon. Larvitar is Mount Silver. Yeah. And it's at a low level in Crystal as well, just to make it even more frustrating. Can you buy a Larvitar anywhere, or am I just making that up? I'm not going to go for the shiny, because I don't have time. This is a speed run, as it were. But maybe after the stream, we can after we've done the run, we can hatch the egg. Yeah, Arcanine with Flamethrower, you either have to go all the way through with a Growlithe, or you just have to get it after the League. I like Obstagoon. I'm not a big fan of Galarian, Zigzagoon, and Linoon, but the Obstagoon makes up for that. I think Larvitar may be in Celadon Game Corner. We saw how well Houndoom did a few months ago. Did remarkably well, all things considered. Yeah, Growlithe, at least at night, replace its slot with a Houndoom. Yeah, a lot of the Galarian variants didn't quite hit the mark for me. I love Pokemon Crystal. It's very much my home game, as it were. I also don't like the retconning of a lot of Pokemon. Surfetch'd, yeah. Galarian Farfetch'd is a little bit meh, isn't it? Let's be honest. But Sirfetch'd is a phenomenal design. I do, however, like Pooper and Clodsire. Pooper and Clodsire get a pass from me in Scarlet and Violet. So we're going to do Sprout Tower early this time. Tauros, I'm not a big fan of Paldean Tauros, I've got to be honest. Meowdy Rumis, I hope you're having a lovely, lovely day. Thank you, Andrew, that's very kind of you to say. Oh, Alolan Vulpix is gorgeous. The Alolan forms are all on point. Vulpix, Sandshrew, Rattata. They are all very, very good Pokemon. You can get a Growlithe in that patch of grass, you're absolutely correct. However, we are just running our Ursaring in this particular run. It is very cold today. How's the snow where you are? Alolan Persian's interesting, isn't it? It annoys me to no end, though, that in Legends Arceus you can't have both Alolan Vulpix and Alolan Ninetales in the same save file with the same original trainer. Yeah, Alolan Persian is a bit Garfieldy. But then, you know, some people might like that. I am not in the south of the UK. I'm very, very far north of England, at least. I am in England, but I'm in the north of England. It just started snowing about half an hour ago here. You only get a single Alolan Vulpix in Legends Arceus. Denim is in the south. I think Spotify has gone down. I am suddenly getting no audio whatsoever. There we go. I've got sound again now. I've got music. You lovely people have music, but I listen to different music doing these runs. I'm a little bit further south of the wall, fortunately, because up there apparently it's really, really bad with the blizzard. Galarian Weezing's cool, and in Legends Arceus, I think they gave a nod to it. Thank goodness your tomatoes survived, Denim. I was worried about those. There has been a phenomenon known as sudden stratospheric warming, which ostensibly this polar vortex happens in winter. And because a rush of warm air has pulled into it, it's stopped the vortex, and it's actually reversed it, which is why we're getting a lot of colder weather. I don't even know where my nearest PO Box pickup location is. I think it might be all the way in Manchester. Which is a very long trek for me. I completely zoned out at what part of the game we were in then, by the way. That was all muscle memory. Oh, my voice really is going bad. I know a fair amount about meteorology, enough to get me by. It's enough of a hobby for me to have a weather station in my backyard. Level 14, defeating Picnicker Liz. Congratulations on your Cyndaquil and Unknown. Two very, very nice Pokemon. What letter was your Unknown? Because there are ways to manipulate the odds for Shiny Unknown in this game. We are early game. Unfortunately, we had to take a reset because we had the wrong Ursaring. However, welcome in Kuranosa. Apologies for my voice today. It really is getting quite croaky. I will take a little bit of a drink very, very soon. It's the trouble when you do a voiceover in the morning and a stream in the afternoon. Your voice just says, no, why are you doing this to me? Welcome in, Salami Guy. I hope you're having a lovely day. And I hope the weather's not too cold where you are. Up here in the United Kingdom, it is incredibly chilly. I'm not sure if it's quite like that on the continent. Another one of the bane of my existence is there. Let us see, was that in the Gen 4 remakes then? It's chilly in the US, oh no. I really don't like the idea of having a hippo tail, especially for $1 million Pokédollars. Chilly in Kansas, I hope you're keeping warm, Joanna. Well, very big congratulations for both of those full-odd shinies. Of course, in Generation 2, the only shinies you can get, for unknown anyway, are D and V. 40 Celsius in Uruguay, that is incredibly hot. Now, as always, we're going to pause the timer for the HM friends, and I'm also going to take this opportunity to have a little bit of a drink. Well, that is much better. I feel an awful lot better. I also had munched on a throat sweet incredibly quickly there. Let's try and find our HM friends. We unpause the timer because we have a Psyduck. We will leer it because I meant to lick it. And now we'll yeet a ball at it. It really does seem like the winter this year is getting really bad towards the end of it because we're in meteorological spring now. I'm glad there's no snow where you are as well, Rumus. Some forecasts are saying we could have quite a few inches of snow over here. At the moment, this is my main work. I've taken a bit of time off of my old career to try and just make something of YouTube. And here is our Paris. Once again, I used Leer instead of Lick because I'm dyslexic and they both look the same to me. I think after Saturday here in the UK it should be warming up at least. Timer is running. We chat with Kurt and I notice, Terrados, you mentioned Swift. On a lot of runs it would be a good idea, but I don't think it's worth the time loss on this one. I think we just have to get lucky with Bugsy. We'll hold a Poison Cure Berry this time around. Oh, I am heavily dyslexic. That's why I get a lot of names incorrect in game. Oh yeah, I'm glad you didn't get the dyslexia. It's not fun. Precisely, it'd be Swift for like 2 battles. And that just doesn't seem like it's worth it. Oh, I've apparently got the ADHD as well. I got the double whammy. I'm currently on the waiting list for the assessment for the ADHD part. But apparently I've got the ADHD, which is all fun. Let's hope we don't get confused by the Ladybird. We don't. I know I am a copycat. Rumus, by the way, if anyone doesn't know, is my sister. We go back 25 years. If Bugsy showed up with a Scizor, I would quit the game. Oh, we've been poisoned by this flaming Weedle. I haven't run into any shinies as well. It's 25 years, because we're closer to your birthday than not. That Spinarak was arranged. It was arranged last time as well. Talking of birthdays, I have a video due out on my birthday. And I'm also going to be streaming. So I'm going to have a very busy birthday this year. I use dyslexie font on a lot of things and it makes it easier. However, just for consistency's sake in these runs, I will keep it as the original font. I love that disclaimer too. I forgot to put on the Poison Cure Berry. So let's do that now. And let's try Bugsy. My birthday is in May, so not for a little while off yet. No shinies in these runs yet. I did catch a Gen 2 shiny with, what's his face? Geodude. That sounds like a good name for a Pokemon. I caught a shiny Geodude in a casual playthrough of Silver. Oh, goodness sake. Not May the 12th, but very close to that. In fact, one of my other sisters, she was born on May the 12th. It really is a toss-up between the Poison Cure Berry and the regular berry. He got a critical hit there. Let's hope he misses. 1 HP. I will take that any day of the week. Hive badge acquired. Let's heal up, and we also need to do a little bit of shopping. And now we have a relatively tough battle coming up. In fact, I'm going to give the berry back to Teddy here. I love all the Gen 5 gym things. They did such a good job. Lick. Oh, we're asleep. Anytime you're ready to wake up. Well, happy birthday for last month, left field. We got a critical hit this time. Ha! It's taking after Snorlax. It must be Snorlax on its father's side there. That was a little bit of a time loss that I wasn't anticipating. My favourite gen is Gen 2. By far, it's Gen 2. Oh, you had to Google how old you were. It gets even worse when you get in your 30s. Does learn Snore by level up. Not for a while yet, though. I'm really holding out hope for a Let's Go Johto at some point in the near future. And the reason we do that little do-si-do there is to get our repel lined up with the menuing we're having to do here. It just saves a little bit of time. Gen 2 was my first gen as well. My first game was Pokemon Gold. I had to get someone to help me through this far-fetched puzzle. Let's teach Headbutt. I love Let's Go. Was my Pokemon Yellow your first, Rumus? Let's get the Ether here. Don't think we'll need Sweet Scent, but we'll pick it up just in case. Ursaring will delete anything we return. We're going to get the Quick Claw in the National Park. That's going to help us out an awful lot. I was really into Ruby and Sapphire back in the day. Now we have about 1,000,001 things to remember to do here in Goldenrod City, so let's try and remember them all in double quick time. let's get the bike. And while we're here, we'll teach Mud Slap over Fury Swipes, because Fury Swipes is a little bit naff. Then we'll register the bike, and we'll get back to the rappel. I really don't like Fury Swipes as a move. Red and Blue were a lot of people's first games. And you had Green Denim. I've never known anyone who has Green as their first one. Let's try once more with this. I don't think we're getting early return. A little happier, we'll have to deal with that. Yeah, the GBA was amazing to me as well. The Gen 1 bag system is horrific. The Gen 1 bag system is part of the reason I don't play Gen 1. That and not having a shortcut for field moves on the overworld. I've still got my Game Boy Advance SP. Its battery is still holding up, which is phenomenal, considering it's nigh on 20 years old. But what was everyone's first games console? For me, it was the Sega Master System. Oh, that'd be really interesting to look at some point, wouldn't it? I'm trying to think. I think your first games console, Rumus, was the PlayStation 2. Sega Mega Drive or Genesis, very good choice. The Nintendo Switch, that does make me feel old. Got a quick claw this time. NES, a very good console. I also had an Atari, not an Atari, an Amstrad CPC 464. Which is really showing my age. It had cassette tapes in it. Oh, you're making me feel old by saying you're just 20. Don't kinesis me. There we go through that. Have a little chat with Floria here. And we'll take the mail off Kenya. We'll swap Kenya to there. We'll swap Abra to there. And we'll teleport back. Oh yes, you did have a Sega Mega Drive. I'm not quite 35 yet. I've got a little bit of time left until I'm 35. I'm 32 in May. Oh god, the 4.5-inch floppy disk drives. They were floppy. Oh, Schnabel there using Charm. Is that a sign of things to come? We have the berry this time for Whitney. She slaps us doubly with 3 times. And she's locked into rollout. She misses. She uses milk drink. And game's easy. 34 at the end of April. Well, happy birthday. For like, how long will it be? 6 to 8 weeks' time? Gotta remember to chat to the eavesdropping bitch. She will not give us the squirt bottle unless we chat to her sister first. Well, happy birthday for the 19th of March, Bassa. I hope you have a lovely day. And it's Kangastan's birthday coming up very soon. I'm doing my first playthrough routing there. I really am enjoying being in my 30s. It's been a very, very fun decade so far, even with the world falling apart around us. I feel much more confident in myself than I did at this point in my 20s. And we're almost back to where we were. Oh, for goodness sake. This trainer is a royal pain in the bum. But in this instance, we just nut it into next week. I'm looking forward to you being the crazy little old lady too, Rumus. Sudowoodo just went and flew away, yes. How are you, by the way, Snicky? I hope you're having a lovely day. Oh, Stantler was a lovely Pokemon to run. It's just a shame it couldn't fit on the thumbnail. Why does it have to be so thick? Like, there is no reason for Stantler's booty to be that size. But let's move on from talking about the derriere of Stantler. Wordeer is a great Pokemon. We're going to be seeing Feraligator's back sprite in Gen 3 at some point, but is that the one with the giant bum? Is that the one I'm going to have to censor for YouTube purposes? Well, let's get Surf before I forget it. We'll do a cheeky little heal and then we'll make our way back towards Hidden Power. Girafarig has the potential to be the quickest Pokemon in Gen 2. It's not currently, but it will be getting a redo. But Girafarig has that potential because it's coded in incorrectly. I like Fridge Giraffe. It's a very nice Pokemon. Although I do prefer Girafarig. Yep, damn indeed. No one cards you when you get alcohol because of your luxurious beard. I am envious. I can't grow a beard for love nor money. I just get bum fluff. Let's headbutt the correct tree. So, Girafarig was due to have a pre-evolution. And that means that Girafarig is coded to have its first 4 level up moves at level 1. And that means that you start off with 4 very strong moves. And so you can chew through the early game without having to do any PP management. I thought I could get away without using a repel here, but clearly not. It's absurd. You start with, like, Stomp and Confusion, I think? Something like that. It's ludicrous what you start with at level 1, and it's the only Pokemon that's like that. I'm just going to stick a repel on at this point. Tab 2 left, yep. Repel management has been fine. Get past her, she's got a Corsola. Headbutt these, pair of Slowpoke. Grab the Mince Berry. And teleport all the way back to Ecruteak City. The Mince Berry is a slower route to get than just going straight into Rival and Morty. Mine would probably be Gluttony. I eat an awful lot of food. And we are back to where we were. We're on a clock though with Curse. Hidden Power should take care of that in one shot. And out comes the Zubat. We headbutt that into New Glauconshire. And his final Pokemon is a Bayleaf. He'll put up a Reflect. No, he won't. He'll flinch. We're through Rival 2 incredibly easily. Happy with that one. Fall into a hole and say hello to the legendary beasts. Yep, Gluttony would be my ability. Just going to move these moves into the correct order. That just saves on muscle memory. A little bit later on. You can get away with having relatively bad moves after a certain point. Trace, I like that, Denim. Hustle because you'd never stop studying. Moody, I don't think you're moody, Snicky. You've been nothing but pleasant whenever I chatted with you. If I could add a type to each of the Gen 2 starters, Fairy for Meganium. I'm not sure on Typhlosion, but it's definitely Dark, isn't it, for Alligator. I start with the base form because I'm treating it as if it's a starter Pokemon, and you wouldn't start with an evolved form as your starter. Apart from, of course, in Colosseum. I think Colosseum's the only game where you start with a fully evolved starter in that game. Unless you want to count Let's Go Pikachu, I suppose, at this time. Fire Ground would be good for Typhlosion. We don't want to learn Rest. We can get that via TM. Welcome in, Vegchester. You love Whitney's Miltank, I've noticed in the comments. I can't tell actually if you love Whitney's Miltank or if you hate Whitney's Miltank, but we were able to get through it very, very easily today. And we are going to put on the Minceberry. That is true, Miltank does drink her own milk. Let's hope we two-shot this Gengar. And we one-shot the Gengar, even better. We can save the Minceberry for Chuck. That is perfect. And we get an evolution, but I cancelled the evolution just so that I can get a better split. We get Shadow Ball, which we cannot learn, unfortunately. And now let's move on towards Olivine City. We're one repel short, but that's all the grass we're going through. And the next level up, we will evolve. We say goodbye to Sailor Eugene. We get a call from the bicycle shop. And we are now in Olivine City. Maybe we can learn it as an Ursaring. We'll find out in a couple of battles' time. Right, we've got to do some more shopping here. We're going to pick up 21 Super Repels. And we're going to pick up 10 Hyper Potions. Take a cheeky little heal here. And now it's time to get Strength. We could teach Strength, but I don't think it's worth it, seeing as we have Headbutt. I know that we're able to skip that trainer in Morty's gym. However, I like having the experience. It's the second trainer, isn't it, that we could skip. You just go straight up from trainer number 1 and you can skip one of the mediums. But at this point, my muscle memory is also so ingrained at turning right. And it's time for an evolution. We're evolving into Ursaring. Yes, we're running a normal type today. Our next Redo stream, however, will be Jinx. Because Jinx is another one at risk of falling out of the top 10. And now that we're an Ursaring, I can just switch off. I can relax for the rest of the game. We'll need to go back to Goldenrod at some point to pick up Fire Punch. XY I really enjoy. It's got great Pokemon distribution. I like a good big bear, so I'm very happy that we've got an Ursaring. We'll pick up the Super Repel, and we'll have a little chat with Jasmine. Pokemon distribution in X and Y is phenomenal as well. You barely see the same thing on 2 routes. It's absolutely wonderful. It's bliss compared to something like Hoenn, where it's just like, if you want a Wingull, have 16 routes full of Wingull. Super Repel time, and it's time to not get caught by this person. I really struggle against her for some reason. She's not even a spinner. They do hand you a Lucario. I think you're on a little bit of a delay, Denim, but I know exactly what you're talking about there. We outsped the Hitmonlee. Do we outspeed the Hitmonchan? We do. But we don't Oko. Oh dear. Black Belt lowers down. We should be fine for now. Famous last words, of course. The big issue with X and Y is that gap between Badge 1 and Badge 2. There is such a huge disparity between the pacing of Badge 1 and Badge 2 and the rest of the game. You kind of think you're in for an adventure going 40 odd hours, but then suddenly it's like, right, you've done all the plotline, have the next 6 badges in a row. Still got the Mint Berry on, let's just give Morty a go now. Morty Chuck. One shot on the Primeape. Mind Reader. Game's easy. Level 34. Beaten Chuck. We get Fly. And we will teach Fly to Kenya. I'm going to fly to Violet City. And we're going to use a Super Repel, not another Fly. And next step is Goldenrod City. We'll heal in Goldenrod just to save a little bit of time. And then we'll go up to the 5th floor of the department store. 2 Fire Punches. 2 Ice Punches. We'll get Return. And I'm just going to double check my money. We'll get another Headbutt just in case. And now we're poor. While we're in Goldenrod, we will also go and grab the next Rare Candy. And with all that out of the way, we can fly to the Lake of Rage. Because it's time for the Red Gyarados. I like Diantha. I think she's a great champion. And her music. Oh, it's one of the best. Lance just committing some casual crime there. Let's just ignore that and pretend it didn't happen. We'll beat him up later for it. Starting to get in the groove of this run now. It's a little bit of a tricky start, especially with having to do that reset. But I'm feeling it now. Of course, after we have beaten Jasmine, we are going to take our first little break. We took 2 breaks during these runs, one after Badge 7 and one after the Elite Four. That's just give me a little bit of mental breathing room, time to stretch my legs, and time to just think about how I'm going to take on the next portion of the game. I can do the first 7 badges relatively easily with an Ursaring. And this should be easy city now. I'm just going to put on the Quick Claw before I forget. And I really wish there was something more interesting to say about this rocket section. It is the dull part of the game, unfortunately. Cynthia is really, really tough. In the first couple of gens, normal is definitely the best type. If you can get past Brock, then normal is definitely the best type. Should have enough headbutts for the routing here. Though we might need to use an ether. Didn't forget any passwords this time either. That's something I'm always struggling with. Let's test out our special attack. Feint attack didn't do badly at all. Headbutt on that. Just needed to save a headbutt there. And we can hidden power there. It is the only place you can get an electric type for a very long time, actually, isn't it? I know you can get Magnemite east of Olivine. Is it east of Olivine? Yes, it is. But other than that, I can't think of many electric types in Johto. Lance is all kinds of dodgy. I'm fairly certain he's the secret head of Team Rocket. Oh, Mareep as well. That is a very good point. Welcome in, Dom Verrill. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely day. I'm doing very well, thank you. Voice is going a little bit. Oh, that's true. The electric sheep isn't in Crystal. I even mentioned that in my voiceover. Material, that's my new name for Mareep. No, it's not Mareep, it's Material. Yep, you couldn't get Mareep, couldn't get Remoraid. And there's another Gen 3 line that is escaping me that you can't... Gen 2 line that's escaping me that you can't get as well. Level 37. And that is the end of Rocket Section 1. Let's dig our way out of there. Take a cheeky little heal. Chinchu, that's it. I have completely different music playing, Rumus. I will have to find out for you. It looks like it is the Gen 5 Gym Leader music. Oh no, we're frozen. Oh, is it the Gen 8? That was ridiculous. I'm in a grump now. Goodness sake. There we go. Got our revenge. Bryce, I'll be having words with you later. Get Icy Wind from Pricey Wind. You can defrost, it just takes time. And in that instance, an awful lot of time. Where is our Fire Punch TM? Let's now try and get Jasmine's badge first try. I see no reason for us not to get Jasmine's badge first try. Iron Tail misses, she's going to go into the Hyper Potion loop. There we go, would you look at that? Made up with a good Jasmine fight there, and we get the Mineral Badge. TM23, we don't have a tail, so we're not going to use that. Get a call from Professor Elm. And now it is time for me to fly to New Bark Town. I'm going to pause the time for just a hot second because I need to change the day. Which might sound like a very strange thing to do. We're going to get the pink bow early this time. I just need to remember whether it's Monday or Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday, isn't it? We've already got return. So we'll unpause the timer now that I'm moving again. Make sure we're wearing a rappel. And here is Tuscany. Well, that was Tuscany. Here's Tuscany. Get the pink bow. And with that, we can fly to Goldenrod. Take a cheeky little heal. And pause the timer because this is our first break point. I will take a break after Badge 7 because my voice goes at this time. And I'll take a break after the League. I hope you're all having fun so far. We're going to have a lot more fun as we go through the meat of Johto. I'll be back in a couple of moments. Goodness me, my voice really did start to die at the end of that. We are back though, thank you for your patience. We'll unpause the timer and we will get on with the next rocket section. This part is a little bit tedious again, so we'll try and get through it as quickly as we possibly can. It's just overuse with my voice. But I am resting my voice for the next few days. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what music's playing because I've got completely different music on. I have different music going out in my headphones and on the stream. There's only so much Pokemon music you can listen to each week. Hidden Power Ground on the Grimer. Hidden Power Ground on the next Grimer. Grow to level 39. And we are going to learn Slash. Gonna get rid of Fire Punch. No, we're not. We're going to get rid of Slash. Kieran, we're going to get the egg if we have time at the end of the stream. We've got to go as quickly as we possibly can. Ah, yes, the Gen 4 remakes. The original run was on 4x speed as well, Kieran. So we are up against the clock. We're currently 5 minutes ahead of time, but we have to get the best possible time because we have a big leaderboard of Pokemon at the end of each video, and I want to see just how well Ursaring can do now. We bought that second headbutt just in case that was a mistake, but I'm hoping it wasn't. Level 40. Roughly a third of the way through this rocket section now. We've got the underground and then we've got the tippy top of the tower left to go. Let's try Hidden Power on the coughing. Think we'll take a cheeky heal after we've defeated this person just for PP purposes. 2-shot on the wheezing? Yeah. Didn't use smokescreen though, so happy days. Oh, one more coughing left to go, and then we can try and skip that spinner on the floor below us. Get the basement key. Skip the spinner hot trainers on this floor, so we take the long route around. Get on the bike, because that is quicker than teleporting. It's time to go into the underground. This is where we should start to make up a fair chunk of time versus our original Ursaring run back in August. And watch those be famous last words. Hidden Power on the Magnemite. Hidden Power on the Haunter. Screech failed. There is a bit of a spooky theme to Rival's team here, actually, in Gen 2, isn't there? And let's carry on. When we run out of Slash PP, I'm thinking I will replace one of our moves with Return. Not quite sure which one yet. I was found Rival 2's team to be a little bit of an eclectic mix. There are some really good Pokemon in there, and then there are some duff ones as well. I also find it strange that he's got a Sneasel so early on. I'm thinking we probably won't need Fire Punch from here. Doesn't he evolve it in Heart Gold? That's a bit naff, isn't it? Say goodbye to the Bumhead Fire Duck there. And we'll Hidden Power Ground on the coughing as well. Take advantage of it not having Levitate. We'll waste some Fire Punch PP against this pair of Gloom here. I'm not familiar with the Gen 4 remakes at all. It's been a very, very long time since I've played them. So you could tell me anything about them and I'd probably believe them. Talking of Bulbapedia, does anyone else have a Samsung phone and found the Bulbapedia app started to crash on them, or is that just me? Because it's very frustrating. There's a Mew under a car in Heart Gold Soul Silver. I believe you, thousands wouldn't. Shall dig out of here, and I don't think we took much, if any, damage at all. So we'll get lost trying to go back to the radio tower. Hot trainer on this floor, take the long route. The amount of times I've been caught out by that extra trainer because I forgot to take the long route is unbelievable. It's time for Team Rocket Fortress. Wrong move. Correct move. There we go. How did the delivery truck get to Newmark Town? Oh yeah, the Meganium run was not that fun because of this Team Rocket section. Type weaknesses left, right, and center. Grass types in Gen 2 stand no chance at all. That's why I'm so worried about a run for, say, Jumpluff. Because it doesn't even resist flying, having the dual flying type. I mean, we get a ground immunity, but we're already resistant to ground. Let's get Sunny Day, even though I don't think we'll need it. We'll bump our heads on the wall there. Get the radio card. And make our way back to Mahogany Town. I'm going to repel here. Don't get caught by the spinner. Celebi's an interesting one because even though it has the most weaknesses out of any Pokemon in Generation 2, you do get a lot of decent moves, and being mythical, you do have the stats to back it up as well. Hello, Delibird. Goodbye, Delibird. We are currently at the Ice Path, Malik. I'm not sure whether Meowscarada would do too well. I've not played with a Meowscarada yet in Gen 9. But if it's got something to take care of Falkner and Bugsy early on in its Evo line, then yes. I swear I put on a repel. The trouble for grass types is it has the double whammy at the start. Let's get the Nevermelt Ice just in case we have to resort to Ice Punch for Claire and or Lance. TM44. I'm not 100% sure on what Celebi starts with, I've got to be honest with you. I can have a little look after this run. Get the protein, get the PP up, and get out of here. Now we're going to PP up on return. Going to iron and protein at the same time. And we'll give the pink bow instead of the quick claw just for a few battles. Heal up in here. Gen 2 really did nerf the grass type quite significantly. Let's now get on with the next gym. Just going to reorder my moves to something that makes sense to me. And we're through trainer number 1. I've got a feeling this will be a half-decent Claire split. And get it under an hour, I'll be very, very happy. Let's hope we channel Diantha here. Need to remember to put on a repel when we defeat Claire. Fairy exists in our minds. This is a good litmus test for Claire's Dragonair. Do we outspeed and do we one-shot? Yes, we do. Grass monotype by far has the hardest time in Crystal. It's not even close. Poison would probably be a close second. But yeah, Grass and Johto is just a non-starter. Although we are going to be running our first Poison type on Saturday. A one-shot across the board for Claire's Pokemon there. And yet she still complains at me that we're not good enough. Alright, let's go on to Dragon's Den, stick on a repel. We have to. Psychic Fairy and Johto would be incredibly terrifying for the AI. Yep, 153 in attack. You know your attack stat's high when it's almost the same as your HP. Answer those questions correctly. And we're almost ready to get our Claire time. This will be 6:57, I'll take that. We're sub 1 hour. I don't really know a lot of the later games to know if Poison's any good in those. Gonna pick up the other max elixir here. And then we will dig out. We've got enough PP to not need a heal. And we can fly back to Newbark. And we're on the way to Kanto. As that man told us, he really bugs me. I get told it every single time. Now, am I going to hit this spinner? Of course I am. I'm just going to talk to her straight away. Going to move Slash up to slot 1 again for now. I've never run a Hatterene. I'm never sure how to pronounce its final evolution. But I've never run one. I think Gardevoir would do very, very well in this game. Scolipede, I only know Scolipede from Route 6 in Kalos, I believe. Yep, Psychic Fairy being able to punch everything in the mouth with a huge special attack. Because, of course, this is pre-physical special split. Then, it's in for an easy time, isn't it? No, we're not going to learn Snore. The next 3 videos, spoilers ahead, the next 3 Johto videos, so close your ears if you do not want to hear. They are Muck coming out on Saturday. Then we have, on Saturday week, so that will be the 18th, we have Kangaskhan. And on the 25th, we have Smeargle. I don't know what Game Freak has against the bug type. I would really like there to be a lot more better bug types out there. Because let's be honest, a lot of bugs are very intimidating. Get our heal point here. I'm not the biggest fan of Yanmega design-wise, but that's because it looks far too scary for me. I like the cute ones. Volcarona is amazing. And I've got a soft spot for Spidops because it looks like it's a knitting bug. Like, it looks like it'll give you a nice knitted sweater for your birthday. It's too scary for me. Everyone knows I'm a bit of a wimp, really. And welcome in, Speedrunner. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm not quite sure what time of day it is for you, but I hope it's a wonderful day for you. I'm glad to be redoing Ursaring. It's been well overdue. That badge check seems a little bit arbitrary, seeing as you need all 8 badges to get this far. Let's get rid of Hidden Power in place of Earthquake. And now it is time for the next rival battle. Earthquake is the best TM in this game. I would like to see some more evolutions. I'd quite like to see them finish off the specials by having the Dragon-type evolution. But will they do it? We'll find out, I suppose, in due course. Well, good morning, Speedrunner. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely day. Let's heal up. And now let's say thank you to our HM friends. It's thank you to Kenya, to Abra, to Psyduck, and to Parish. You've been a great help in the Johto region. Get some well-deserved rest, while our Ursaring takes on the League. Now we are going to pause the timer while I do my bag sorting. As a lot of people know, I am so dyslexic. This takes a very, very long time, and it's never consistent. I'm staring at the screen like an old grandma trying to do this. Goodness me, I feel so on the spot trying to sort out my bag. What's it I'm looking for here? The Max Repels. Where are you? Did I buy Max Repels? I thought I bought Max Repels. Maybe I didn't. There, I did. Right, put them up the top there. And with that, we can now take a look at our stats. Thank you for your patience there. We are level 52, 178 HP, holding a pink bow with Slash, Earthquake, Feint Attack, and Return. Our attack is 170, our defense is 116, our special attack is 115, as is our special defense, and our speed is 94. You can also see that on our new stats totals overlay. And with that, let's take on the League. I'm not quite sure what you mean there, Glenn. I don't think there's any way for me to sort out my bag apart from manually, unfortunately. I should really have it on screen somewhere, even if it's not on the actual game screen, so that I know exactly what it is I want to do. I don't think links will work in the chat, unfortunately. It's Koga time. Move Return up to the top of the list for this. Earthquake the Fortress should hopefully be a 2-shot. Please don't go boom. You're not going boom. Ha! Get down. Earthquake the Muck. And the final Pokemon is Crobat. We hit through the double team, and we only took a smidgen of damage there. It's enough for me to use a full restore, and we'll also use an elixir at this point. And let's take on Bruno. Bruno could be tough, but we'll give it our best shot. He starts with Hitmontop, and Hitmontop goes down straight away. Level up to 54. Pokémon League goes down. Here comes Hitmonchan. We're always going to take some damage from Mach Punch. Fighting Eevee would be fun. Machamp goes down. He's just got an Onix left. Let's Earthquake the Onix. Even with its high physical defense, it goes down. And we are through the first 3 members of the league. It's Karen time. Karen's Umbreon is the bane of my existence. And we don't one-shot it, but she misses Sand Attack. Onto the Vileplume. Please one-shot so we don't... Yes, that's perfect. Gengar's next. Will Earthquake the Gengar as it swears at us, so we are on a clock. Murkrow, we say goodbye to that with a return. Her final Pokemon is weak to Earthquake. We outspeed, we one-shot, and we're through Karen on our very first try. Now we are going to change our items ever so slightly. We are going to put on the Paralyzed Cure Berry. I said we're going to put on the Paralyzed Cure Berry. And I'm also going to get rid of Feint Attack, and I'm going to replace it with Ice Punch, just in case. Let's try Lance. Mega Absol, such a good Pokemon. Return on the Gyarados, one shot, perfect start. Return on the Dragonite, not a one shot. It's a 2-shot, we'll swap to Ice Punch. One shot on the second Dragonite. Here comes the Aerodactyl, we will Ice Punch this. It's going to be a 2-shot, but it gets frozen. Charizard's next, that doesn't resist return, so it'll go down in one shot, and the final Pokemon is Dragonite. Ice Punch on the Dragonite, a one shot, no resets on the league. Let's go. Time of 1 hour 5 seconds and 58 minutes. No, that's wrong, isn't it? 1 hour 5 minutes and 58 seconds. That sounds better. And let's get our league time, shall we? It's going to be 1:06:14. Oh, we're almost done. Just got Kanto left to go. Credits are going to roll. I'm going to take a cheeky little break. So we'll be back in a couple of moments. I'll rejoin you outside the home in Newbark Town. I hope that sounds good to you. See you in a couple. Apologies about that. My tummy took a little bit of a funny turn, so I was away a little bit longer than expected, but we have Kanto left to go. So, let's get started. I'm hoping we make up a lot of time in Kanto, because my routing in Kanto is completely different to how it was back when I recorded the Ursaring video. But there's one way to find out, and that is to run as fast as we can to try and get a better time. We say thank you and welcome back, by the way, to our HM friends, to Kenya, Abra, Psyduck, and Paris. You've not missed the end of the stream, Andreas, but you have missed the Johto section. I hope you had a safe journey back from work, regardless. And we'll carry on. Rare Candy acquired. I've got about half an hour of time left for this stream. So I'm going to rush through this as quickly as I can, and hopefully we'll have time to get the odd egg. If not, we will have to do that on our next stream. We stream a lot of Johto content here, so there is plenty of opportunities to get the odd egg. It's just today, because of our false start earlier, we are running a little bit behind time. And we need to flash. We need to go the correct way. Putting an awful lot of pressure on myself at the moment. It's easier to start with Erica, because you've got to go back to Vermilion City anyway. So you want to do big old sweeps in Kanto. So you start off up the middle, or in the middle, up the top, wrong room. And then it just works out quicker. Good morning, Andrew the Sandshrew. I hope you're doing well. I've done some testing on in my own time on the different routes through Kanto, and the route I take right now is by far the quickest. I hope you're having a good morning, Andrew. I might not be focused that much on chats for the next little while, because this is the part of the run that really is make or break. First thing you do in Kanto is the last thing we do in Johto. We get a rare candy, this time from the chairman of the Pokemon fan club. Get that rare candy and run all the way up through Saffron City. We'll get our checkpoint for Saffron, and we are going into Celadon. Go up the stairs at Celadon so we can teach our Ursaring to swear. That's a TV, we don't care about the TV. I've tried Nuzlocke on stream, they just don't quite work as well. Although never say never. You never know, I might be inspired to do another Nuzlocke at some point. Repel wears off. Go down here, that's the wrong way, I'm doing my Kanto routing there. Pick up the leftovers in here. Go east, pick up the PP up. And now it is time to take on Erica's gym. If we can get in there. There we go. Slash over the victory bell to take it down in one shot. Same thing for the Vileplume. We're going to try and manage our PP as best we can. Although we do have quite a few elixirs and max ethers, of course. We'll use Return against the Executor because it is quite bulky. I play some ROM hacks. I really like Crystal Clear. And I've done a little bit of, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Inclement Emerald. Porygon 2 was released in Johto. You get the upgrade from Silphco's building. And of course it's trade evolution. So yeah, I like Inclement Emerald. And I like Crystal Clear. But other than that, I've not played too many ROM hacks. Something I'm a little bit reluctant to do on stream because I'm known for my vanilla runs, as it were. But in Discord, I'm happy to stream and play some ROM hacks with other people. Discord is the best place to keep in touch with me. Get all sorts of fun things going on there. Do some runs every so often. And with that, we have Erica's badge. Now, there aren't going to be split comparisons for the first part of Kanto, because we don't have any. The routing is so different that it's impossible. I coded those stats showing during my lunch. So that was a very, very quick packed together job, and I'm glad it's working well. We're not going to learn Thrash. Skip that trainer, get caught by this. That's an interesting idea. Something I'll definitely bear in mind, Andreas. But a lot of people know me for my earlier game content. This is a time loss I really could have done without. Pop our head in the PMC there. Stick on a Max Repel, and now it's time to go down into the power plant. They really have tarted this place up since Gen 1, haven't they? I don't mind Delphox. Don't go into the Pokemon Center. We're going to the Pokemon Center. The run is ruined. Bye-bye, go to the Grunts. We'll pick up the machine part. And now we can cycle up towards Nuggets Bridge. I like all of the Gen 6 starters, but then Gen 6 was when I really got back into Pokemon again. Wigglytuff is quite bulky, but a critical hit slash makes light work of it. And we'll do the same against the Gramble. Next trainer. It's Tangela. We are at Nugget Bridge. Trying to manage my PP as best as I can here. Try an Ice Punch on the Gloom, it's not fully evolved. Pidgeotto, ha, Pidgeots, no. And goodbye to the Blossom as well. Couple more trainers left to go here on Nugget Bridge. Nidoking, Earthquake for you in the face. Goodbye, Nidoking. Campoloid is defeated. If you've got an Ice-type move, Nugget Bridge is trivial. So many of these Pokemon are weak to Ice. Ice really is one of the best offensive types along with normal in Gen 1. That Porygon, it's Porygon. I'll stop with the puns now. Get called a pest by Misty. And then we will teleport back to the power plant. Yeah, Kanto is a little bit trivial in this gen. Once again, I've caught rats really are my issue today, aren't they? We need justice for Porygon in the anime. It was Pikachu's fault, not Porygon's fault. And what do? They bring another Pikachu back in the next series. Now we can go into the Pokemon Center and heal. Let's surf to assert our dominance over Misty. And see if we can sweep through the next few gyms. It is the thing the Simpsons made fun of with battling seizure robots. One shot on the Lapras, that's a really good sign. Misty's all done. Back to Saffron we go, that's the wrong fly point. Into the gym. And off to face Sabrina. Outspeed the Espeon, knock it out in one shot, grow to level 61. Oh, defensively, Ice is terrible. Next destination is Lavender Town. Got through that spinner first time. That is really handy. Earthquake on the Pikachu. Earthquake on the Fluffy. That's fine. I was a little bit worried that the radio card didn't work then. But it did, so we don't need to worry. We don't have static on this Raichu, so we'll save some Earthquakes for Brock's gym. We only need to Earthquake on the Magneton. Talking of the Magneton, it's out third. Goes down straight away with its full times weakness. Back on's return for the Electrode. And Electabuzz. Thunder Badge acquired. Making very good time. Pokeflute on the Snorlax. Run away from it because we don't need its leftovers. We picked some up earlier. Get through here, Repel wears off. And we didn't get caught by 3-Drill on the way in. 3-Drill really is the bane of my existence. It's Brock time. I misclicked there. I think our next major challenge will likely be blue. We're chewing through these Kantonian Pokemon. We're up to 11 minutes saved. And we get caught by 3-Drill. We always get caught by 3-Drill. And why is it called 3-Drill? Because he's got 3 B-Drill. That's B-Drill number 1. B-Drill number 2 goes down. And the same thing will happen for B-Drill number 3. Cut through that tree. Cut down there. Oh, we've got no room for the elixir. That's fine, we don't need it. A face reveal, not for a very long time. I kind of like being a little bit anonymous. Three Drill is now a trainer that I have factored into my routing because I get hit by him every single time. And the bag stuff, yeah, that is incredibly annoying. I'm just glad we have room for all these rare candies. Let's take on Blaine. Should be easy. We've got Earthquake. 1 down. I'm not sure what happened to them. And I don't want to think about it because it'll make me sad. You can see we got caught by 3-Drill on the last run as well. Jasmine should be trivial. That is true. She's not like the Goes Boom Hiker or the Rapping Lass in Gem 1. I've heard those two are an absolute pain if you hit them. 2 things left to go. 1 badge, 1 final battle. I'm starting to get nervous about this time now. Janine, not Jasmine. Told you I'm dyslexic. I get those names mixed up all the time. I wish I could say I did that for a bit, but I didn't remember that. Oh, bum. Pausing the timer, that was player error. Getting back in sync. Oh, that Pucciana youngster. I think I've been caught out by him. One-shot the Pidgeot. Reflect isn't great, but we still one-shot through it. Rhydone's going to set up a Sandstorm. No, he's not. He's going to Fury attack me, so I'll Ice Punch him. Favourite monotype has to be normal. Rain Dance, that's fine by me. Reflect has faded. Should be a two-shot on this. Get Leech Seeded to see fuller restores. And this is where we waste a little bit of time. Extreme speed on the Arcanine? No. Let's go back to Pallet Town and have a little chat with Professor Oak. We're almost at the end of this run. Let's teleport back. Stick on a Max Repel. And now the nerves are really kicking in. I love Alolan Rattata because it's so goddamn cute. And while trying to find a regular Snorlax for the decks, I got a shiny one. Don't mess up the movement now. That is what we have to make sure we don't do. I love Ice Psychic as a type combination. I think it's so good having something to negate the weaknesses of the Ice type. No, I didn't mean to do that. Going to give the Quick Claw straight away. And Dynamic Punch in place of Ice Punch. Double check I've got a Repel on. Light this cave. It's make or break time, folks. Repel wore off. I'm genuinely nervous about this red fight. We will move the Rare Candies up to the top spot. Let's try it. We're going to do rapid resets here. Try and get through Charm. Right, we need to level up. As always, we do 3 Rare Candies, then 3, and then 4 if we need them. If we get Charmed, we're just resetting. Through the Espeon. We missed. Twice. 3 times. For God's sake. Now, were we Quick Claw against the Espeon? Yes, we were. Didn't get a Spadef drop. And we now easily one-shot it back onto the Snorlax. Dynamic Punch hits. Get through the Snorlax just like that. Onto the Venusaur, who takes in Sunlight. Solar Beam's going to hit. Oh dear. No. Red has always been a bit of a bogeyman for poor old Ursaring here. Thanks for popping in, Salami Guy. Quick Claw activated. We need a Quick Claw against this. Oh, critical hit. Sonic, let's use all our Rare Candies. Reflect is bad. Critical hit, that's what we like to see. Critical hit. Flamethrower hits, takes us out. Let's try again. Still don't outspeed this Pikachu. First three are okay now. We're at full health for the Venusaur. Didn't set up Sunny Day. Flamethrower didn't burn us. All depends on whether we Quick Claw. No! New strat time. Gonna try and get off one curse. Because we're slower anyway. Critical hit. Didn't get burnt, reflexes faded. Can we tank 2 Surfs? Can we tank a Rain Dance boosted Surf? We don't need to. 128.33. And let's take a little look at how that fares on the leaderboard. That is, I believe, faster than Fearow. We are 11 seconds faster than Fearow. I've just done the maths. Goodness me. New PB on stream. A 128.33. Yep. Fearow was a 128.44. Fearow has been dethroned by this stream run. And we always had a few minutes on to stream time anyway, because I get distracted by chat. I am so happy with that run. Oh, that feels good. Now we've got a couple of bits left to do. First thing we're going to do very quickly is go down to Goldenrod. Get caught by this trainer. We'll take the outer egg with us. Just because Kieran asked quite a few times. And we'll hatch this. And we will also then give back Kenya like we do at the end of all of our live stream runs. And any predictions for what the odd egg will be? I reckon it will be a Smoochum. Just got that feeling it'll be a Smoochum. Could be completely wrong. But we were going to run Jinx today and chose good old Ursaring instead and got a PB. So, we will find out when this eventually bloody hatches. How long do you want to take, love? I'm due to be off air in 3 minutes. Oh, we'll take on a couple of spinners. So yeah, I reckon it's going to be a smoocher myself. Just beat up some poor jugglers Voltorb here. I would love a shiny smooch, and we're going to make our way over towards this Pokemon Center here. Mailbox. Attach mail back onto Kenya. And while we're waiting for this egg to hatch, we will return Kenya to its rightful owner. Get TM50. So we've returned Kenya as we should do. And just gotta wait for this bloody thing to hatch. This is why I don't do breeding in Gen 2. Cool Trainer Nick is next to impossible to defeat in the bug catching contest. I think I mentioned in the Sunflora video that if you see Nick, you might as well just quit and restart. He's always in the same place every single time. And he's got a special hair colour. I tell you what, I don't know how Masuda Method Shiny Hunter streamers do it. Hatching eggs is one of my least favourite things to do in all of Pokemon. I don't care who you are at this point, just get out the friggin' egg. Repel's effects wore off. I don't mind random encounter shiny hunting. I'm trying to get back to Goldenrod now. I just needed to return Kenya. And of course we get hit by the other spinner with the Bumhead Fire Duck. That Bumhead Fire Duck has Fire Punch. That's a very handy move to have, I'll let you know. Oh, we might as well take on all these flaming spinners while we're here. But I'm still ecstatic about the runtime we got. Genuinely didn't think I would PB on stream ever, but we managed to do it. Did they just give me a rock? This isn't very exciting content, I do appreciate. But needs must. I did promise I would hatch this egg. I'm never doing it again at the end of stream. PB personal best. I'm going to check this egg. It is in my party. It's going to hatch soon. Is that going to be a blatant lie? I'm never hatching another one of these on stream ever again. This is going to be a one and done. But I am a person of my word. I keep my promises, and I promised to hatch this flaming egg. Get out, whatever Pokemon you are. I think you're a Smoochum. Here we go, at long last. That is a Smoochum. She is not shiny, she is just regular. And with that, we are definitely done. So I'm going to say thank you all so much for watching. It's been a pleasure as always. I hope you've had as much fun as I have. I will see you all on Saturday for the premiere of Muck. We've got Kecleon coming up on Tuesday. We've got Kangaskhan coming up on Saturday week. There'll be some streams in between as well. It's been a pleasure. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all very, very soon.